What's up, guys? Here's our second tip out of the overcoming business setbacks. So, number two is show up and help others. And this one kind of reminds me when you're out there sourcing, and we always get it all the time. We're like, man, who's that reseller? What are they doing? Give them the side eye. And I think here, if you're showing up and you're helping other sellers, they're also going to help you in some certain way as well. So I would say that, there's some sellers that I know locally that have helped me with inventory, whether it's like buying limits, which Nike Outlet did have that at some certain point, or maybe it's just also buying out other inventory that someone else just doesn't want to sell anymore. They want to get out of a certain niche. Hey, I'll give you a deal on this. It leaves me a lot of stress from this stuff. You can go ahead and sell it, and here's my price on it. Or help others by wherever store you're going to, by being friendly and talking to certain employees. So if you're going to certain thrift stores, going to the outlets, wherever you're sourcing, being nice to employees, not demanding things. I'm the biggest reseller here. You're showing up, you're helping others, and Ken also knows by being nice and seeing what also he can give some value
bringing
there
snacks.
As well. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it works. It's a good call out that, at the end of the day, we are not a lone ranger in this business, although we operate like a lone ranger. But there are a lot of people that are doing what we do. It is a lot of it started as a side hustle, now became our main hustle. So there is definitely that kind of like, I am a competitive person, but one thing that I've realized is I can never be in all of the places at one time. So even having the information of knowing my other resellers, like, hey, I'm going north today, that just gives me a sort of direction that I need to go south today because he's not going south, rather than both of us losing on the same day. One of us will win. So it's kind of just like finding that win-win situation. I think overall, good just wins overall.
Yeah. The opposite of this to me is like entitlement, right? Like, yep. I'm too good to help, or I'm, that's beneath me, or I've got better things to do, or whatever. And I came from a helping profession background, like as a mental health professional. And I can tell you, helping others is one of the best ways you can combat depression, because there's a lot of reasons behind that. But one is just that, it does feel good to help other people.
Good, yep.
And it also gives you like a sense of accomplishment, like what if your store is really slow and you're struggling in your business? Like, instead of just focusing on how hard of a time you're having, is there some small thing you can do to help someone else? Like, that is way more productive and will actually help lift you out of, your own sense of problems. And so I think it's a really important one. Like, this maybe sounds like a simple one on the surface, but I think it can hit really deep.
Yeah, I think one of the things to add there is you always have something to offer to others, because we are unique individuals.
Yeah.
So there are stuff that I know that you don't know, that other people don't know, or even experiences, right? I think the biggest thing in this business is we may not know a lot of things of what to do, but we have learned a lot of what not to do. So even, even our failures could be a great help to others that we could share, and we could help. That saying like, hey, I've been down that path. I've paid up for this specific item. Don't do that. Yeah. It's not worth it. So even in your bad buy, you can still help others, and eventually, again, build that relationship. I totally agree that helping others just instantly makes you feel good, even though you're not in a great position. But knowing that you've contributed to somebody's journey or their progress forward is ultimately, such a good feeling.
I know for a fact.
I was going to say, what about helping others personally, though? Like, Philippines, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like the things that you have done also and giving back and
I
doesn't all have to be business, but
no, it doesn't have to be. I mean, like, I think within your community, right? I think that's something that's really cool that I always have my eyes open. You know, if there are like toy drives, if there are like, sportswear, like sports specific drive, right? Like soccer cleats or football cleats and stuff like that. And that's always something that we're, always willing to help out because, again, I think it doesn't need to be business. But again, overall in general, right? Like as a person,
Right.
Business or personal, I think showing up and helping others, it's just something that's the real success and the real cool thing to do.
Yeah. Anna, sorry, I interrupted
Oh,
you.
no, you're fine. I was just thinking this ties back a little bit to our focus from yesterday, focus on what you can control, because, I was just thinking, I know for a fact that all three of us have helped other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys have both helped me in different ways at different times. I know I've helped people, and, just taking a poll here, has any one of us ever regretted helping other people? No. No, and like, even if you, to my point about control, like, even if you can't control, like, maybe what happens when you help someone or how they respond or if they pay it forward or if they're appreciative or whatever, it kind of doesn't matter, because when you help people, because that's part of your character and that's just your practice, like, it's always the right thing to do.
100%. So there we go. That was number 2, show up and help others, and we'll see you tomorrow.